2 hours away from the show, a show that we've been working on for quite some time. The stress of wanting to make it perfect, wanted it all, see it come together. I was just, at the gallery earlier, and I saw the pieces hanging there, and it's surreal. I'm hoping that I can sell one before the end of the night, and that'll be, that'll be my feather in my hat. I could run off to training camp feeling really good about myself and my art career. But, the most important thing is I want people to appreciate the art, want them to take it serious, and see that I put a lot of time and effort into it. We're headed to Hamilton-Selway Gallery right now. We're getting ready to do a couple of sit-down interviews with some media outlets to talk about the show, talk about the upcoming season, and we'll definitely be describing some of the artwork, talking about my passion, my influences, and how this came about. Very excited to be going into a whole new sphere of possibilities in my life, and just put a lot of hard work into it, and I'm happy to see it all come together. Saturday mornings, I remember watching cartoons, wanting to be able to draw and wanting to be like, Stan Lee or Walt Disney, someone that can bring creativity to children and tell a story through animation. Art was really my first love before I found, the game of football at 7. When I'm traveling abroad, I'm not the NFL football player that most people recognize me to be. No matter if I'm in Africa, no matter if I'm in Asia, or even South America. Most people want to feel love, want to give love, and want to be able to provide for their families. I'm just someone that's very curious in mankind and want to know what in their life makes them happy and where can I make myself better from their story and maybe even give them enlightenment into mine.
We are probably the largest Andy Warhol dealer in the United States, so people know us for that. But I've had a lot of celebrity clients and artists come through here. Michael Kalish is not only an artist that I've represented, but we're friends, and he presented the work of Stephen to me, and I thought the work was great and wanted to show it immediately. So we worked on this as a collaborative effort together.
Michael Kalish is an artist that I met through a mutual friend of ours. What was so special to me about Michael's art was he used license plates, and he being from the South, he takes really great pride in being American, and he wanted to allow his art to say that, and one of the first things you think of is the license plates.
Steven Jackson, arguably one of the better running backs, potential Hall of Famer, and an artist. And it was just, sometimes it's so wild that it makes really good, perfect sense. It wasn't just photography. And I was looking at the photographs, and it just hit me. I was like, we need to do something. These aren't just prints. They're not prints on canvas. There was a lot of time that went into how we were putting these together. This is printed on wood, and as you get close to the pieces, photographs don't do any justice. But certainly this, it's not traditional photography. There's a very unique medium to a lot of the work.
People always want to tell you what you're capable of, or because they've reached points in their life and they never push through, that they want to tell you to just stop while you're ahead. And the only way to get better, the only way to, I believe, to have a full life lived is to jump out there and allow yourself to fly. I hope that my close friends, and I think the public, will look at it like, wow, I didn't know that Stephen even had this kind of creativity.
People will get to experience the other side of Stephen Jackson. So it's not, right before football starts, they get to see there's a different person that exists and lives. He's a real person like everybody else. He has different interests, and he explores those interests, and he still pursues those passions.
I was kind of amazed because I knew he had been doing some photography and had been taking pictures and stuff, but I had no idea to the extent that he had gone.
The only word I can say is that it was breathtaking for me. I was amazed, and all I could do is say, Stephen, man, you're awesome.
I mean, I'm a nervous wreck because you just never know how the public's going to perceive it. I think this nervousness is a lot different because You know, although you get pregame jitters, you've worked all week at it, and you kind of understand the opponent you're facing. But in this sport, in this game that I'm getting ready to walk into, I don't know what to expect. I don't know what the opponent's going to throw at me, and I don't know how to combat it, but the only thing I do know is that I've given everything I had.
This wasn't about doing something and having a little private event or showing at a bank or a hotel. There's a lot of things you could have done. This is one of the bigger pop art galleries in the country. And they show modern masters from Warhol to Basquiat to Lichtenstein and Picasso and MC. I mean, they show everybody. And they, sight unseen, mounted a show for Steven. I think it speaks volumes about his commitment and the work. So again, he succeeded, and it's in a new arena, and it's not surprising. So congratulations.
I've always believed in dreaming, always believing that nothing is impossible. I always speak about the universe, I always talk about God. I always say that you have to put it out there. All you need is the faith of a mustard seed and he'll do the rest. And I stepped out on faith on this one. And Michael and I had dinner at the Wynn Hotel. And I thought it started off as a joke. I kept laughing, and you know how you look at your friend, and he looked at me stern, and I was like, whoa, you're serious about this? And here we are, July 17th, Hamilton-Selway Fine Art Gallery. I'm here introducing myself to the world as an artist, and I thank you for allowing me to do that.
I knew who Steven was, but now, after being in the gallery, I really know who Steven is. Obviously, by us being athletes, they put us in a box. No matter what you are on the football field, people have talents outside of that. And I think throughout of all of what you see here today is an expression of himself, him being a human being.
Well, I knew Steve was a well-traveled guy, not a follower, a real leader on the field and off the field. And it doesn't surprise me that he'd do something like this because this is so unique. You know, as I said, I was talking to somebody, they host celebrity art, but they've never had an athlete. So I think it's pretty cool that he's like the ambassador for kind of our group of people. And there's not a better one you could imagine.
I appreciate it, bro.
Brother, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Why blue? Is this artwork right here? Why this color?
I just felt real LA-ish.
When I pulled up and I saw how elegant it was, I was taken aback. I couldn't believe it. You know, I was really amazed. But then I realized this is him. He's not gonna just jump into something. You know, he's gonna take his time, do the research, put the work in.
I was just like, is this really his? Because this is crazy. There are a few pieces here that I'm just kind of blown away, and it so reflects his traveling and his extensive travel and how much he's done, you know, within the last 10 years.
Steven and I go back to the good old Oregon State University. Go Beavs. We were both athletes there, and we weren't super close in college, but I always knew we had a connection because he was more than just an athlete. When I was doing community service events or trying to get other people involved in the community, he was one of my first people that I called. You knew he had a heart, and it wasn't all about football for him.
We like a lot of this stuff here.
What's up?
We need a hometown discount.
Oh, yeah. It'll be a wedding gift. It'll be a wedding gift.
So how long have you been doing this photography?
Well, photography-wise, like 8-10 years. But this is my debut as an artist.
Oh,
This is my coming out party.
Oh, wow. This looks good.
Thank you.
Surprised. I shouldn't be surprised. It's like legit. I walked in there, I'm like, where's this stuff?
That's my cameraman. He with me. Yeah, he with me.
All right, well, respect, man. You guys gonna be like top 3 in the NFC.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm gonna be root for you on the NFC side, man.
Appreciate that.
So it's going well, I guess.
It's going well. You know, I've had a lot of coverage. HBO, yeah. So. Thank you. This weekend I have family reunion in San Diego, and then after family reunion Monday, I'll head to Atlanta.
Good luck to you, man.
Thank you.
Admires you. Keep running hard, man.
Yes, sir. All right, my dad want to get a picture with us.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
And I want to tell you, man, I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Like I was telling you, one of the guys that was interviewing, this belongs, dog.
Yeah.
Like it's good to see guys really express themselves, like you said, you know, beyond the scope of being a football player. It's real dope. It's real. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
When it does die down, though,
Yeah.
I want a picture with that piece of art I got. That beautiful piece of art. All right.
Not only did I go through with doing the show, putting the show together, I was there every step of the way of it. I put myself out there for my fans to see another side of me, and for young adults and my peers to know that there's no goal and there's no limit to success that you could reach for, and not to allow you to be afraid to step out on faith, to believe in yourself, and most importantly, go through with it. I think a lot of people fall through on not dreaming, but the actual following through and chasing the dream. And I hope that's what this show allows for my kids to see that Dad has done and will continue to do.